Hey everybody, just leaving the friendly Costco where you go in to pick up one item and $400 later you walk They have so much stuff in here, it's crazy. Just picked up a couple things out of monk fruit, and these things, these are highly addictive. I highly recommend them. I wanted to talk about something that I had mentioned in my previous video concerning dispensational theology. Dispensational theology. It seems to be getting some traction lately, and I believe that's because of all of the current events that are going on. Israel and Gaza, Israel and Iran, all of the instability in the world right now. People are looking and trying to discern the end of days. And dispensational theology kind of plays into that. As you listen to my previous, if you watch my previous video, then you're very much aware of dispensational theology plays a big part in the foreign policy of the United States, and this is because of the strong evangelical base in this country. Dispensational theology didn't come around until about the mid-19th century, around 1865. A man by the name of Darby, look this up, Google it, Wikipedia it. It didn't really gain traction or much support because the Orthodox teaching on the second coming of Christ was more amillennialist than the theories that we have now. But at the turn of the 20th century, in the Pentecostal revivals that occurred, it gained a lot of traction. Scofield's Bible is a big dispensationalist Bible, and I went to Bible college with a lot of guys that had Scofield's Bible. A lot of great stuff in there, and there are several different schools of thought or schools of interpretation on the second coming. There's pre-tribulation rapture theology, there's mid-tribulation rapture theology, post-tribulation rapture theology, and also amillennialism. Okay, they're kind of different, but they all speak about the same thing, and that's the second coming of Christ. Where they differ is the when and the how. Now, after the dispensationalist idea caught on, you have men like Clarence Larkin that came out with his work on the second coming of Christ, the end times, the understanding Revelation. Had a good book written in the 1920s. I have a copy somewhere amongst all my stuff, and a chart that came with it explaining all the imagery of Revelation. And for years I ascribed to pre-tribulation rapture. The organization that I was with for most of my adult life, we didn't have a set teaching on that. We didn't have an official point of view on it. So basically in our group you could hold to any of those teachings and be okay. It wasn't grounds for, we're not going to kick you out or excommunicate you. And I know that there are some groups today that, well, if you're going to be with us, you have to believe it this way. And to me, that's kind of sad. That's really kind of sad, because you're holding to an idea that is basically a theory. Because if we're going to understand prophecy cannot be fully realized until it's been completed. So everybody that says we've got this down, this is the way it's going to happen, X, Y, Z, all these prophecy snake oil salesmen out there with their books and their charts and their DVDs and their streaming services and their YouTube and their social media telling you it's got to be X, Y, Z, this is going to happen, this is what this means, and blah, blah, blah. I think we lose sight of the forest for the trees. And we get caught up in all of these different ideas and theories, and people spend a great deal of time. Will there be a third temple? Does there need to be a third temple? All of these things create confusion, it creates pandemonium, and it creates fear. There are a lot of people today that are holding to one particular view in fear that they're going to be left behind, like the movie, the series Left Behind, or in my generation in the 70s is, what was it? Thief in the Night. Thief in the Night. So my thing is this: Jesus is coming back. We don't know when, we don't know how. For years I ascribed to a pre-tribulation view, but the more I look into this and read people like N.T. Wright and Scott McKnight, Tim Keller, I'm beginning to see the second coming more of in a millennialist view. That when it says that he comes back, and we'll, in Thessalonians, where we'll rise up, the dead in Christ shall rise first, and we'll go and meet him in the air. Basically, it's talking about when Jesus returns, we're going to come back and usher him back down here to earth. There's no retreating into heaven. There's no hiding into heaven. Jesus is coming to set up his kingdom here on earth. So keep that in mind when you talk about dispensational theology. It makes great conversation. There's a lot of books. I bought all of Hal Lindsey's books when I was a teenager. The Late Great Planet Earth, Satan is Alive and Well, Terminal Generation, just to name a few that I had. And I thought I really understood prophecy, but now that I look at it, how much of Revelation can you really say this is the way it's going to be? I think we miss the point when we try to dissect it, because we're human. We're always looking for the hack. So we want to know how much time we have, if we want to do our thing, and then when we start seeing these things start to happen, then we know it's time to get ready. It's like, you set your watch, you got to be somewhere at a certain time, but you know that if you got 5 minutes that you can watch this show and just get 5 minutes in and then take off. We kind of have that same kind of mentality when it comes to the things of the Lord. So don't get caught up and get all afraid in these things that are transpiring, that this is going to happen, that's going to happen, the temple's got to be rebuilt, they're going to start sacrificing the red heifers again, and all this crazy stuff. Just focus on Jesus is coming back, and I want to be ready. The early church believed that he was coming back in their lifetime. So how does that work with this dispensational stuff? Okay? And there again, how do we interpret Revelation? Is it literal? Is it figurative? Is it allegorical? Is it metaphorical? Is it type shadow? What is it? And that has been a great debate for a number of generations. But I encourage you, fix your heart on Jesus. Work for Jesus while it is day. The night is coming when no one can work. He's coming, and we're going to be with the Lord forever. He's going to come and establish his kingdom here on this earth, where we will rule and reign with him. That's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of it. So don't get all caught up at your way is the right way. If you don't see it my way, then you're wrong. Hey, reserve the right to be completely wrong about it. Reserve that right, and you won't be surprised when Jesus shows up. You'll be looking for him. God bless you. Have a great day.